Hey, those of you who are watching this program on YouTube, make sure that you just give the like button a gentle tap, thumbs up, gentle tap, subscribe, gentle tap. We like gentle tappings here. And comment below for the algorithm, of course, because I mean, shoot, after what we just talked about, we're going to need all the help we can get. All right. So I want to switch over to these TikTok hearings here. Democratic and Republican lawmakers have been raising concerns for a while now. I mean, well, to be clear, first it was President Trump who said, I think that, we really should not be allowing this company who is owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese technology company, has perhaps close ties to the CCP. So Donald Trump originally said, hey, guys, this is probably a problem because the CCP isn't our friend. And of course, the Democrats undid all of the, what he had done on that. They said, no, Donald Trump's crazy. That's silly. Our kids need that TikTok for their devices so they can indoctrinate their brains. And now all of a sudden, the Democrats even are like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have TikTok. I guess. Well, we won't say Donald Trump was right about this, but he was right about this. So they're finally coming together and saying, perhaps we should pump the brakes on this TikTok thing because now the CCP can, access millions of Americans' data, very sensitive data, all their data. Perhaps that should be a concern. And no, you guys are crazy because you'll hear from Jamal Bowman, a member of the squad, that he says, no, there are lots of benefits to TikTok, and it's just like all the other social medias. Watch.
It's also a place where 5 million small businesses are selling their products and services and making a living. Making a living at a time where our economy is struggling in so many ways. So we're talking about free speech for everyday Americans. We're talking about small business owners who use TikTok to grow their business. And my question is, and we're going to pivot to the other part of the conversation, why the hysteria and the panic and the targeting of TikTok? As we know,
are you dumb?
Republicans in particular have been sounding the alarm, creating a red scare around China. They've been doing it in a variety of ways when it comes to economic competition, when it comes to semiconductor manufacturing, and when it comes to technology. In terms of TikTok's behavior and its risk to national security, it poses about the same threat that companies like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter pose. So let's not marginalize and target TikTok.
Marginalize and target TikTok. That's what we're doing here. We're supposed to feel bad for that giant mega company TikTok. Oh, that poor TikTok might be marginalized by us pointing out that the Chinese Communist Party is not like a good thing, I guess. I'm convinced that if I ever ran for office, which I don't want to, like, if people that dumb can make it in,
right?
That would be easy, smooth sailing for anyone who's like just mildly average intelligence, I feel like. So I want to get your thoughts, guys, but I want to play a couple other clips for you of the actual hearing. So the CEO of TikTok he said, let me state unequivocally, ByteDance is not an agent of China or any other country. He tried to be very clear there, but then he was asked if he had any preparation, if he had any help in preparing for the meeting from CCP, China, Chinese counterparts, and his answer was very telling. Watch.
Can you guarantee that no one at ByteDance had a role in preparing you for today's hearing?
Like I said, Congressman, this is a high-profile hearing. A lot of people around the world were sending me wishes and unsolicited advice, but I prepared for this hearing with my team here in D.C.
Huh. Fascinating.
So here's something I can absolutely guarantee you. There's not a single company in China that rises to the top that does not have CCP ties. Cento Steel is the largest steel company in the world. It is basically owned by the CCP. It's family members, they place them there, they dictate, they sit in the bylaws, they write the bylaws of the company, they draw the battle lines for these companies. That's point number one. Did that man just compare TikTok's threat to Twitter's threat? You mean Elon Musk's threat to the nation? That's laughable. That man's bought by China, like the president is bought by China. That whole party, now we're just going to be pro-China. Now we're just pro-China. Never mind all the disastrous things happening. The reason they should know what a threat TikTok poses is because they know the threat that Facebook poses, but that's right, they control Facebook.
Right.
It's okay if they spy on us.
Right.
It's okay if they spy on the American person and your data and what you do and where you go and listening to your conversations, right? So no, but they're also in bed with China. It's not okay if Putin does it, but it's okay if Xi Jinping or someone like that does it because that's their buddy. It's sick. You talk about the nepotism in pharma. Let's talk about the nepotism in outsourcing American jobs in China and with our government.
Yeah, I did find it fascinating, Rob, when Bowman made that remark. Like, it's just like, Facebook or Instagram and YouTube and all these. And I'm like, I agree that the level of corruption is very high. It just happens to be from America rather than China.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you want to get rid of all of them? All right, let's talk.
Do it.
I mean, the only thing that has surprised me about the TikTok thing is that Hunter Biden wasn't on the board. Right? You would expect that we'll find out that Hunter Biden's on the board of TikTok at some point. But the first thing I was thinking of is like, I want to know, I don't know, what nonprofit this guy used to work for before he became a U.S. House of Representatives. I'm happy that the squad allows men on now, so that I didn't know that they had done that, so I'm happy with that.
What is a man?
Is he a man?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not a biologist. And then the other, the third thing is, I kind of want to, I hate that you have to disclose campaign finance records, but it'd be fun to look and like see who are the people donating to him and do they work for like Chinese lobbying groups and things like that? Because that wasn't, a defense of TikTok. That was a full-throated standing up for a genocidal dictatorship that kills people because of their ethnicity and enslaves them. I mean, that's what that was. But I mean, I'm just doing a Red Scare and I'm a racist.
You could have swapped him with the commissioner of the NBA for a minute there.
Yeah.
They're in love with China. That was an
They're in
endorsement.
love with Chinese money, is what they're in love with. They're not in love with China. They're in love with Chinese money.
Well, they're in love with any money.
Right.
Regardless of who it comes from. Right.
I
mean, and not just them. It's the NBA. Who else? Disney.
I mean, you mentioned Elon. Elon's got some problems with that too because of Tesla in China. So it's people want money and it's a huge market and they're giving the money. Yeah.
Apple, all these guys dance. Yeah.
So I want to play one more clip here. During the hearing, the TikTok executive promoted Project Texas. This is TikTok's plan to address U.S. security and privacy concerns. And he said that employees of this it's like China's TikTok equivalent. It's called Douyin, I believe, can currently access United States user data in China. But don't worry, because they're going to change that with this Project Texas. Watch.
Do any ByteDance employees in China, including engineers, currently have access to U.S. user data?
Today, all U.S. user data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that is controlled
do any
by American
ByteDance
personnel.
employees in China, including engineers, currently have access to U.S. data?
Yes. Congressman, I would appreciate this is a complex topic. Today, all data is stored by default.
No, it's not that complex. Yes or no, do they have access to user data?
After Project Texas is done, the answer is no. Today, there is still some data that we need to delete.
But we've heard already from the rank.
So it's always, I love these hearings because when the answer is not just yes or no, that they're trying to formulate some sort of a cover-up or lie. Because it would be very simple to just be like, no, nope. No, no's the answer. Next question. And the moment that they start with these like very long-winded answers, you're like, you're lying.
There are firewalls in place, and an engineer may or may not have access to the data, and then it may happen on a Tuesday, but not a Wednesday, so no.
Right. Because if you've ever been in any sort of like legal situation, that when you're telling the truth, your lawyer is always like, only answer the question that they asked. Don't give them any more.
Anything.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Only answer the question that they asked. So when these people cannot just answer the question that they asked, they are spinning their wheels. You can see the hamster wheel spinning. They're like, okay, so what am I going to say here that kind of doesn't give away the answer, but I don't actually admit to it?
Or who do I throw under the bus?
Right.
And how do I clean that up when I get back home and when I answer to the CCP? China has two platforms. I just want people to understand how big and controlling the Chinese government is. Facebook is a large platform, okay? It is 10% the size of a platform called QQ and Ren. They dwarf Facebook. They scour the planet through social media to gain access to data. They strip it from every African nation, the European Union. They are like cyborgs, like, multi-universe cyborgs that go to a planet and suck its resources out. They do that with data. Absolutely, they have access to our data. Yes, you think, we get crazy when a balloon flies over an American city, but they've got our 9-year-old children talking to them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Rob, last word.
Yeah, the Chinese Communist Party is the biggest threat that the world faces. It absolutely is. And I'm just stuck on this congressman saying it isn't, and everybody being upset because Putin and Ukraine are, as Ron DeSantis said, in a territorial dispute. And that's just another smokescreen to not have to pay attention to.
Yeah, totally agree.
If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.